coordinates with the help of symmetry about the polar axis, symmetry about the pole, and symmetry about the vertical line. So in today's lecture, we will continue the sketching of the curves in polar coordinates, and we will do the equation of tangent, find equation of the tangent line as well in today's lecture. So exercise 1, we have done exercise 1, Lima-Sun without an inner loop. What is the meaning of Lima-Sun? Do you know what is the meaning of Lima-Sun? We have done this in the previous lecture. Lima-Sun without an inner loop.
वो पोलर कर्व जो पोलर पोल
नहीं, वैसी मीनिंग क्या है इसके? गूगल करके जरा चेक करें, बताएं कि क्या मीनिंग इसका आ रहा है। फ्रेंच का वर्ड है ये लीमासन, जरा देखें और मुझे भी बताएं फिर। ओके जी, लीमासन की इक्वेशंस हो सकती हैं, दे आर ऑफ दिस फॉर्म एंड इन दिस a plus b cos थीटा, a माइनस b cos थीटा, a plus b sin थीटा, a माइनस b sin थीटा। जो मैंने पीछे कार्डियाइड की बताई थी वैसे ही ये बनेगी साइन के लिए और cos के लिए। एंड इन दिस केस a इज ग्रेटर देन b। कार्डियाइड के केस में a इज इक्वल टू b, जो आप a आप यहाँ से कॉमन ले लेते हैं तो आपके पास कार्डियाइड बन जाता है। दीज कर्व्स डू नॉट पास थ्रू द पोल, राइट? So in this case a is greater than b. Lima-Sun, the meaning of Lima-Sun is actually snail. Snail होता है, देखा है आप लोगों ने? It is a French word, snail. So the shape of this curve is like a snail. That's why its name is Lima-Sun. So now we will do the exercise 2. The curve r is equal to 1 plus 2 cos theta. And again we will find test for the symmetry on the polar axis. R is equal to, for the polar axis we will replace theta by minus theta, and if the equation remains unchanged it means the curve is symmetric about the polar axis. So the equation is the same. So this curve is symmetric about the polar axis. For the line theta is equal to pi by 2, we will replace theta with pi minus theta. The equation is unchanged. So it is, this curve is symmetric about the, is not symmetric about a vertical line. And for the pole, we will replace r by minus r, or by theta by pi plus theta. We will do either of the replacement, and if the equation remains unchanged we get the original equation. Then the curve is symmetric about the pole. Since this equation is different from the original one, so this curve is not symmetric about the pole. So this curve is only symmetric about the polar axis. It means we only have to draw the upper top or upper half of the graph, and the lower half can be drawn by using the symmetry about the polar axis. So we will take the values of theta from 0 to pi. So when theta is equal to 0, I will put theta is equal to 0 in this equation. R is equal to 1 plus 2 cos theta. The value of R is 3, which is located over, if I take this equal to 1, 1 unit is equal to 0.5 to 1, 2, and 3. This point is 3, 0. When theta is pi by 6, R is 2.73. This is theta is pi by 6 and R is 2.73. This is 1, 2, 2.5, 2.73 is located somewhere here. Theta is pi by 3. R is, you will find these values by using calculator. R is equal to 2. Pi by 3, R is equal to, this is 1 and 2. When theta is pi by 2, the value of R is 1. This is pi by 2, the value of R is 1. So it is located over here, this point. When theta is 2 pi by 3, R is 0. 2 pi by 3 means this is the pole. When R is 0, it is always the pole. Whatever the angle is, this point is represent pole. When the theta is 5 pi by 6, the value of R is minus 0.73. So now the value of R is negative. This is my 5 pi by 6. The line opposite, now R is negative. So the line opposite to 5 pi by 6 is this, 11 pi by 6. So I will locate R over here since R is negative. So I will locate r in the opposite direction of theta is equal to 5 pi by 6, which is this line. Theta is equal to 11 pi by 6. So r is minus 0.73. This is 0.5 and 0.73 is over here. I think you need a little correction for this point. So this is over here. And for theta is equal to pi, the value of r is minus 1. This is theta is equal to pi line. And since the value of r is negative, so we will plot it in the opposite direction of pi, which is this theta is equal to 0 and the value of r is 1. And this point is 1. Now I will draw the mirror image of all these points. Or first I will draw this curve, this curve, this, and then by using the symmetry I will take the image of this curve. This is this and this curve. You will get this curve. So this curve is called Lima-Sun with an inner loop. So you have an inner loop over here. So that's why this is a Lima-Sun with an inner loop. This curve passes to the pole. So these are the equations of Lima-Suns with inner loops. So in this case, A is less than B. If A is less than B, we will get the negative value of R. So we will get an inner loop as well. When value of A is greater than B, then we will get a Lima-Sun without an inner loop because all the values of R are positive in that case, right? Any confusion, any problem in sketching? Yes.
No, no.
Okay, now I will ask you to draw one more in your class activity. Draw one curve. Okay, tangents to polar curves. To find the equation of the tangents to a polar curve, r is equal to f of theta. The procedure is the same as we have done it in the parametric equations. That is, first we have parametric equations. We find dy by dx. And over here, the parametric equations are x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. So first we will convert the equations into parametric equation. For example, I have this equation Lima-Sun without an inner loop, or I have to find the parametric equation. So I will put it in this equation r cos theta. So x is equal to, in the place of r, I will write 3 plus 2 cos theta. This is cos theta. The second equation is y is equal to r sin theta. So y is equal to 3 plus 2 cos theta into sin theta. So these equations are the parametric equations for the polar curve 3 plus 2 cos theta. And these equations will help me to find the slope of the tangent line dy by dx, which is equal to, by using chain rule, dy by d theta and dx over d theta. And how will I find dy over d theta? Dy over d theta is simply by taking the derivative of this equation. I can use the product rule as well. 3 plus 2 cos theta is equal to minus sin theta. Sin theta remains as it is, plus 3 plus 2 cos theta, and the derivative of sin theta is cos theta. This is dy by d theta. And similarly, dx over d theta is equal to, apply the product rule, differentiate it simply with respect to theta. This is equal to minus sin theta cos theta plus 3 plus 2 cos theta, and derivative of this is minus sin theta. Simply, and put these values over here, you will get dy by dx. Okay. And for location of the horizontal tangents, you will put dy by d theta equal to 0. provided dx over d theta is not equal to 0. Similarly, for the vertical tangent, you will put dx over d theta is equal to 0, provided dy over d theta is not equal to 0. Let's do this question. For this example, cardioid r is equal to 1 plus sine theta. In the a part, you have to find the slope of the tangent line when theta is equal to pi by 3. You have to find, first you have to find parametric equation. Y is equal to x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sine theta. Replace r with 1 plus sine theta cos theta, and replace 1 plus r with 1 plus sine theta, which is equal to sine theta. Now you have to find dy over dx is equal to dy over d theta dx over d theta. Now find dy over d theta from here, which is equal to cos theta minus 1 plus sine theta and minus sine theta. Similarly, you will find the other one and simplify it a little bit, so that this is dy by dx, and for the a part you have to put theta is equal to pi by 3 simply, and the slope is equal to -1, right? And for the b part, find the points on the cardioid where the tangent line is horizontal or vertical. So for the horizontal line, you will put dy by d theta, which is equal to this. You need to a bit simplify it. This is 1 plus 2 sine theta cos theta, or you can take it common. So for dy by first you put dy by d theta is equal to 0 and the points. So it means cos theta is equal to 0 or sine theta is equal to -1 over 2. You will find all those values of theta for which cos theta is equal to 0 and sine theta is equal to -1 over 2. So these are the values. Pi over 2, 3 over 3 pi over 2 are the values where cos theta is equal to 0, and 7 pi by 6, 11 pi by 6 are the values for which sine theta is equal to -1 over 2. Similarly, you will put dx over d theta is equal to 0, means sine theta is equal to -1 and sine theta is equal to 1 over 2. So -1, you will get 3 pi by 2, and for sine theta is equal to 1 over 2, you will get pi by 6 and 5 pi by 6. First and second quadrant. So for horizontal tangents, dy by d theta is equal to 0 and dx over d theta should not equal to 0. You will skip all the values of theta for which theta is equal to dx over d theta is equal to 0, that is these values of thetas. So I have to this one and this one. So I will get 3 points. These 3 points. Find the corresponding values of r for these points. So for these values of theta, dy over d theta is equal to 0 and dx over d theta is not equal to 0, because for this value dx over d theta is equal to 0, so we have to omit this one, this value of theta. Similarly, for the vertical tangent, dx over d theta is equal to 0. That is for these values, provided dy over d theta is not equal to 0. That is, theta should not equal to these values. So omit all the values of theta, the common values of theta, which are 3 pi by 2, this one. So I will get these two values of theta and find the corresponding values of r. I can see again that the same case, that when theta is equal to both dy by d theta and dx over d theta is equal to 0 when theta is equal to 3 pi by 2. So it means I have dy over dx has 0 over 0 form. For this case, I will find the limiting value of dy by dx when theta approaches to 3 pi by 2. Both the limiting values, negative and positive, left hand limit and right hand limit as well. So just simple evaluate the limit by using L'Hopital rule if it could be applicable, and after applying you will get infinity over here, and for the positive limit, right hand limit, you will get minus infinity. So it means, what does it mean?
Asymptote tangent.
Yes, it means there does exist a vertical tangent at theta is equal to 3 pi by 2, because dy by dx is equal to infinite over here, not 0 over 0. So you will not skip 3 pi or the vertical tangents.
मैम अगर लेफ्ट साइड इन्फिनिटी निकाल ली है तो राइट साइड भी फिर निकालने की जरूरत है?
दोनों साइड से बताएंगे ना कि इनफाइनाइट आ रहा है, दोनों साइड से ही आना चाहिए ना इनफाइनाइट, तभी वो वर्टिकल टेंजेंट होगा ना.
ओके मैम.
So theta is equal to 3 pi by 2 पे there is a vertical tangent. 3 pi by 2 ही है. Yes. कहाँ है 3 pi by 2? यहाँ पे. The value of r is 0. When you will put 3 pi by 2 over here, you will get a 0. So a vertical tangent at the pole, this point is 3 pi by 2. 0. The value of r is 0. So this is the vertical tangent at the pole. इस साइड से भी आए तो वर्टिकल टेंजेंट बन रहा है, इस साइड से भी आए तो वर्टिकल टेंजेंट बन रहा है, इस साइड से भी वो वर्टिकल टेंजेंट बन रहा है, उधर से भी. Okay students, now you need to, okay, we have done all this. Now you need to do an class activity. No need to open the slides, just do it by yourself. This point, this class activity number 3, you have to solve it, draw this curve and then upload it on Teams under the assignment tab. Class activity number 3, sketch the curve r is equal to cos 2 theta. First you will draw this curve in Cartesian coordinate system by taking r along y-axis and theta along x-axis. This you will get this curve. Now with the help of this curve you will draw this the curve r is equal to cos 2 theta in polar coordinates. Okay, draw this in polar coordinates. Okay, now do it by yourself, all of you.
मैम ये एक्टिविटी की पिक्चर चैट में भेजते हैं, वो स्क्रीन रुक गई है.
नहीं आप उधर ही भेजेंगे, क्लास एक्टिविटी नंबर 3 में सेंड करेंगे.
नहीं मैम, क्वेश्चन की पिक्चर भेजते हैं चैट में.
कह रही मुझे समझ नहीं आ रही अपनी बात की.
मैम क्वेश्चन जो आपने दिया ना एक्टिविटी के तौर पे, उसकी पिक्चर भेजते हैं, स्क्रीन रुक गई है आपकी.
r is equal to cos 2 थीटा है, उसको प्लॉट करें.
Excuse me, ma'am. मैम मेरी अटेंडेंस लगा दें अहमद फराज।
बेटा अटेंडेंस अब आप मुझे ईमेल करेंगे, ईमेल करें और ये क्लास एक्टिविटी करें। ओके जी स्टूडेंट्स के ज़रा देखें, साथ साथ बनानी है आपने। अगर आपको ये ग्राफ नहीं है तो आप जो लाइंस ड्रॉ करेंगे वो होगी, यू विल ड्रॉ दीज लाइंस π/4, this π/4 line and these lines, 7 π/4 in these lines. You just need to draw these lines. Basically you have to draw the line y is equal to x and y is equal to minus x. Now how will you draw this? By looking at this. So as theta is increasing from 0 to π/4, you will get r is decreasing from 1 to 0. So in 0 I will take 1 2 3 4 equal to 1. At theta is equal to 0, you will get 1, and π/4 you will get this curve. It is decreasing from 1 to 0. R is decreasing from 1 to 0. So from theta is equal to π/4 to π/2, R is decreasing from 0 to -1. 0 to -1, that is R is negative. So here is π/4 to π/2. π/4, this is π/4 opposite of π/4 and π/2 opposite of. So the curve is located on this side. From it is decreasing from 0 to -1. 0 to -1. You will get this 0 to 1 2 3 4, 0 to -1. फातिमा सुहेल नजर आ रहा है आपको क्वेश्चन? π/2 से ठीक है, π/2 से 3 π/4 तक वैल्यू है r की नेगेटिव ही है, लेकिन वैल्यू है -1 से 0 तक नेगेटिव वैल्यू। π/2 ये है और 3 π/4 है, इसको ऑपोजिट एक ये आएगा और 3 π/4 ये आ जाएगा। ये आपके पास रीजन बनता है, इसको ऑपोजिट ये बनेगा, ये आपने ध्यान से लेना है। -1 से 0, -1 ये आ गया और 0 ये इस कर्व के साथ साथ चलना थोड़ा सा ये इसके बाद वैल्यू है 3 π/4 से π तक। 3 π/4 से π तक value is increasing, value of r is positive from 0 to 1. 3 π/4 है यहाँ पे, it is decreasing from 0 to 1. In this direction. From π to 5 π/4, it is from 0 to 1. Pi से 5 π/4 तक, you will get this curve. Five π/4 to 3 π/2, you will get 0. R is decreasing from 0 to -1. 5 π/4 to 3 π/2. 5 π/2 and 3 π/2. This is negative of this, and this. We will get this figure. Okay, now complete it and submit it on Teams.